everyone. I'm Matt Williamson. How's it shaking today? At Williamson NFL. How's life treating you? Good on this end. I am leaving for vacation on Sunday and will be gone pretty much all week without internet. But if something does pop, I'll try to get a podcast for you. So this is probably the last one of the week. Although I might record something, a mailbag on Saturday, just to kind of have something for you guys on Monday. And my vacation with the family also overlaps with Steelers training camp. So I'll be back and forth to Latrobe at the end of next week. I might get some time in my dorm room to do something with you guys as well. So next week will be light, though. No question about that. I've mentioned Brandon Thorn before. I think he's exceptional. He is a media guy, but he is a real scout for D-line and especially O-line. And he's got a real niche in terms of just specializing on the big men. And what he just put out was his top 15 at all 5 offensive line spots. I mean, he broke it down left guard versus right guard, right tackle, center, etc. And I wanted to tell you what he mentioned of the couple Steeler guys here to start the show. So in terms of left guard, he breaks them out into tiers, all these positions, and then he also does a ranking as well, which correlates with the tiers. But he has Isaac Seumalo as a tier 3 left guard, which is good, and the 10th overall left guard, which I think I would take at this stage of his career. And just want to tell you what he says, because I really think Brandon does an exceptional job with these breakdowns. Seumalo suffered a pec injury during practice before the season that kept him out of the first 4 games before he returned for the remaining 13 weeks as his usual self. I do think that pec injury bothered him a lot of the year, by the way. He is a quintessential crafty veteran guard who does everything at a solid level. His calling card is play speed. I don't know that a lot of you listeners realize that movement and speed are kind of his calling cards. Using good quickness and snappy decision-making, he manipulates space and leverage well while consistently operating on time, sorting games, working combinations, etc. This helps circumvent his average size, length, and raw power, allowing him to function when physically outmatched by dying slowly in his anchor and using positional leverage to seal off rush lanes. I think that's well said. I think he's super crafty, really smart, good leader. Just looking at him, people might think big mauler type, but that's not really what he is, as Brandon mentions. So it worries me that when his quickness and speed start to lose out on him, which inevitably they will, and he's getting older, that he will decline. But because of his craftiness and his smarts and his understanding of the game and angles and leverage, as Brandon mentions here, I think he makes up for some of that as well. If he could still be the 10th best left guard in the league out of 32, basically, for this season, that's a home run. I would take that for sure. No other Steelers made the top 15 at their respective position except for Zach Frazier, who I've listened to Brandon a bunch. He adores Frazier, and he has him as a tier 2 center, but he only has Creed Humphrey in tier 1. And he has him as the 3rd best center in the league overall. I would contend that he's top 2, but I mean, we're splitting hairs here. Frazier put on a show as a rookie last season with elite level play strength and a feel for angles and leverage far beyond his years. Couldn't agree more. This put him in constant positions of balance and strength that allowed him to impose his will at a level rarely seen from a rookie. His performance and the physical presence he provides in both the run and pass game were good enough for me to feel more than comfortable at slotting him this high as the 3rd best center in the league. Frazier has some granular areas of his games that are typically present with rookies, primarily in pass protection, such as not turning early on slides, crossing his midline with his hands, and letting loopers cross his face. But I'll tell you, all those things are immediately correctable. Overall, Frazier's strengths are obvious, and his tape was remarkably clean against top competition, making it easy to project 2024 as his floor moving forward. You gotta love that. I mean, if he's only going to go up from an outstanding 2024 season, and I agree with Brandon, I think that's dead on. You got to be super excited about this guy. I mean, it's early, obviously, but Dirt, Webby, Pouncey, he's next, man. I mean, I'm telling you, he's that good. And tough as could be. I mean, he didn't even mention like the leverage, wrestler toughness about him, but he has many times on many airwaves I've listened to Brandon talk about Frazier or O-lineman in general. So, superstar. I mean, really is in the making right now and already is showing it. BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for all your sports betting action. With baseball season in full swing, BetOnline has more ways to stay in on the action with the latest odds, news, and scores. Even live in-game betting while the games are being played. We keep the dog days of summer rolling with the largest selection of odds on everything. With updated odds on MLB, UFC, and boxing to tennis and NFL futures, BetOnline remains the best online source for all your sports wagering info. In between games, head over to the BetOnline Casino with the top Vegas-style games, including poker and live casino. BetOnline, the game starts here. Once in a while, we talk about other teams, especially divisional teams. And I just wanted to kind of do a little Ravens segment here. And we all know Tomlin's never had a losing season. It's been X amount of years since Tomlin's won a playoff game. Steelers just sneak into the playoffs and get blown out in the first round. All true. And that's frustrating. But we also know as Steeler fans, and I've really highlighted this over the last month or two, you guys have had it pretty good. You got a lot of trophies, a lot of wins, a lot of playoff wins, a lot of regular season wins. Only the Patriots have more wins in the 2000s than the Steelers in the regular season. But I just wanted to put you behind the Ravens lens of, I think we can all admit that during the Lamar era, the Ravens have been the superior football team to the Steelers, although the head-to-head stuff differs on that. I think the Ravens are a better team right now than the Steelers. But much like you guys, Baltimore fans are getting frustrated as well. You know, can they ever win the big one? Is Lamar a big-time playoff quarterback? Frankly, I think all those things are being a little rough on the team, but like all fan bases, the Ravens and Harbaugh and Lamar are getting scrutinized a little bit. And I've mentioned that I've been really digging into this Football Outsiders, FTN, Aaron Schatz's geeky guide this week, and I read the Ravens one as soon as I finished the Steelers. I just want to kind of put you in their neighborhood. It's better than where the Steelers have been. I'm not comparing the two. Please don't think like, oh, I would take that all day long. They have had more playoff success, but they've been a better team than the Steelers over the last 5, 6, 7 years. No doubt. I mean, Lamar versus Trubisky and Pickett and Duck is night and day. But I just wanted to kind of read this for you too. So the Ravens finished the 2024 season this past year first in DVOA. That's their metric that just kind of measures everything. Best team in the league. They also did that in 2023. Best team in the league. And 2019. Since 2014, no other team has finished first in DVOA even twice. No one's even done it twice. There's 32 teams out there. They've done it 3 times. And 3 times in the last 6 years. And this publication that I have great respect for is projecting Baltimore to do it a 4th time in 2025. They expect them to be the best regular season team in the league. what they say here, this is undoubtedly one of the best teams of the modern era. There's one other team that has finished in the top 3 of DVOA as often as the Ravens have finished first. Baltimore's average DVOA between 2020 and 2024 is the second highest stretch in 5 years for a team that has not appeared in a Super Bowl during the DVOA era. They've been awesome, guys. But despite that overwhelming, sustained team success, there have been no Super Bowl appearance, let alone a Lombardi trophy. These Ravens have only gotten to the AFC Championship game once. The Ravens aren't just fighting against a Chiefs dynasty, they're also fighting against another contender, Buffalo, obviously, that's just as worthy within the same competition, and 3 elite quarterbacks, as you know. So, again, I'm not comparing this to the Steelers, but this has been one of the best 5-year stretches, really, of any team in the Super Bowl era. And they don't have much, they don't have anything to speak to show for it in terms of rings, trophies, Super Bowl appearances. They've had a little bit of playoff success, but not like you'd like. So I just once in a while want to put you guys just in the shoes of another organization. And this is the one closest to the Steelers. You could say, you guys can hate the Ravens. I'm absolutely cool with that. But I think you have to respect the Ravens. I think they're one of the truly elite franchises in the league. Ownership, GM, coach, quarterback, all the way down are as strong as basically anyone. But this is what they're dealing with too. They've been as good as they've ever been. I mean, probably better than the Ray Lewis era. But they don't have anything to show for it. This league's tough, guys. And the AFC's really tough. And that's not an excuse for the Steelers. That's not what I'm saying. The Ravens are better than the Steelers. I believe that wholeheartedly, especially over this 5-year stretch. But just to show you, when even you're the best team in the league, 3 out of 6 years, basically, it's really, really hard to get past the Chiefs or, Brady era Patriots, etc. They only give out 13 playoff wins every year. And the Ravens really haven't gotten their share of them. The Steelers certainly haven't either. All right, everyone. I'll try to get back to you while I'm on vacation or before. That's a wrap for today. Over and out.